Generative AI is an important AI concept that you need to know about. It is at the heart of all of your favorite applications, and I guarantee that if you stick with me, by the end of this video, you will know what it is, how it works, and 5 ways you can use it today so you do not get left behind in the AI hype train. Sounds fair, right? But before we get into all of that, a little bit about me. Hi, my name is Misha and I'm a certified AI expert, consultant, and developer. I've been in the AI/development space for the last 6 years now. Throughout my career, I also found a kind of a common problem where people don't know anything about the space, let alone how to effectively implement it into their lives. Well, my goal with this channel is essentially to kind of bridge that knowledge gap between AI just being another buzzword and an effective tool that you can use in your day-to-day life to help you save you some time, save you some money, generally boost your quality of life as a whole. Let's get into that. What is generative AI? People keep asking me, what is it? So generative AI is a branch of AI that produces new content or generates new content. Sounds wild, right? Unlike traditional AI, which essentially analyzes data, generative AI is trained on vast data sets and uses machine learning algorithms to produce new content, so on and so forth. Some of which I will cover down the line on how you can use that to make some money, but we'll leave that for later on. At the heart of generative AI, there's this thing called neural networks. You may have heard of it. Essentially, what neural networks do is that it learns from examples. It mimics how the neurons in our brain work through interconnected layers. These interconnected layers essentially consist of 3 layers. The input layer, which receives data, the hidden layer, which essentially passes information from layer to layer or from neuron to neuron, and the output layer, which essentially produces the output that you then see on your ChatGPT. So imagine it as almost a complex set of neurons working back and forth, passing information similar to how our brain is structured. The goal, each neuron makes a small decision based on the data that it receives, allowing it to produce more accurate answers as it progresses and trains more and learns more. So what is the goal? Each neuron then essentially passes data from one neuron to the other, and over time, through these layers, the neural network is able to provide more accurate answers, which is then again outputted through the generative models. Now that we covered the basics, let's actually talk about the 3 types of generative AI. General adversarial networks, variational autoencoders, and our favorite, generative pre-trained transformers, or also known as the GPT. So, GANs, general adversarial networks. They essentially consist of 2 neural networks that compete with each other, the generator and the discriminator. Think of them almost like an artist and critic duo. So the generator is like the artist creating new art, and the discriminator, think of them as a critic that kind of judges the artist on his art. Eventually they compete with each other, and the output of this is that the generator creates art so good over time that the discriminator can't even tell what's good from bad anymore. So I know it's a little bit tricky, so try and follow the images that I showed here. So artist, critic go back and forth saying your art is not good, my art is good, and they go back and forth until the art is really good. You can't tell the difference. A real life example of this would be an SEO blog. You train the AI on what is considered the good SEO blog, and over time it will produce you similar outputs. So kind of cool. Stick with me, do not fall asleep. I promise you this is a really interesting video. Let's move on to the second one, which is VAEs, also known as variational autoencoders. They also consist of 2 competing processes, an encoder and a decoder. The encoder essentially simplifies complex data structures and compresses them using latent code, and then the decoder rebuilds it. This allows VAEs to essentially rebuild images similar to the original one, so you cannot tell the difference. Similar to the picture of this cat over here, or this one. So let's move on to the third one, which is the GPT, the generative pre-trained transformer. GPTs have revolutionized how we as people interact with AI. I'm sure all of you, if not most of you, know what ChatGPT is and probably have used it. Well, essentially this is how it works. It's based on this model. So to dive a little bit deeper into GPTs, their kind of attributions or their glory essentially is based on the transformer architecture structure. So the transformer model essentially has 3 main attributes that make it so great. The self-attention mechanism, which essentially allows it to focus on input data. It's trained on large-scale data amounts, so I think ChatGPT has been trained on something like 300 billion tokens, which is crazy if you ask me, and one word being a token, or maybe a few small words being a token. And then lastly, it allows parallel processing. So it allows for parallel computing processing, which then in turn makes it essentially effective and efficient when it comes to generating new content. Got it? Stick with me, alright? So to summarize, neural networks power a generative AI through passing information through various hidden layers, GANs are like the artist and critic duo going back and forth trying to make their output better. VAEs are like the foraging magician that essentially are trying to copy and mimic what they, destructed and again reconstructed. And think of GPTs like a multitasking whiz-kit that's able to generate new content, gather information. It's trained on so much different information. It's essentially a multitasking whiz-kit that can pretty much do anything, okay? Cool. Finally, now that you have a basic understanding and grasp of what generative AI is, the components of it, how they work, and what essentially encompasses it, now let's move on to how you can make some money using this impressive technology today. So first things first, I kind of go through the free models first so you guys can get like a start today or without any explicit costs or anything like that. And I'll kind of move into the more paid ones if that's something you want to explore. And by the way, I'm not affiliated with any of these brands in any shape or form. This is just me purely trying to help you guys out so you guys do not get left behind in the AI hype train. Okay, cool. So first things first, let's go into ChatGPT. ChatGPT has a function called DollyE. DollyE is essentially the text to image generator within ChatGPT. And how could you use this to make you some money? Well, let's get in. Even if you don't know what it is, this is how you can essentially use it. I even asked her, how do you use DollyE? So, and then it explains you can use DollyE, whatever, describe the image you want, maybe insert the image you want, whatever the case is. So how you can use it to make you some money, get a brand product, reach out to any local brand that you know or anyone through Google if they don't, and offer to do AI kind of marketing for them or generate some product images for them that they might not be able to do right now. There's a massive amount of companies out there that are still not using AI in their kind of operations and creating images through Photoshop, through Canva, through all these other tools, but you can essentially create these generated images for them at a price. So I use the Irish famous and maybe world famous potato brand. I got a picture from Google. I said, using the image I sent you or created, generate for me an eye-catching advertisement image. This product is a packet of potato chips that is popular in Ireland. Use Irish culture like green fields and farms to reflect how this is in line with Ireland. And then it generates something like this for me, you know? Quite cool, I think, you know? But maybe you want to keep the original packaging, so we'll say here's an advertisement, then you might refine the prompt. Add another one, but keep the packaging red as those are in line with the brand colors. Maybe you'll do something like this, which you're not really happy with, so then you can refine it again. Now keep the original packaging and make it in line with Ireland, here, and then you can say combine them too. Now there you go. Now what's stopping you from getting multiple brands like this, prompting the AI? And again, if you want to use good prompt engineering frameworks, make sure to check out my video, linked somewhere down here. You can check out how to use good prompt engineering frameworks to essentially build or to essentially use and query this AI with, or ChatGPT with good prompts. So going back, what's stopping you from getting multiple images like this from different brands and different companies and generating these images for them? Nothing, you know? How you can start making some money today? Go reach out to a brand, maybe 10, 15, 20, 30 of them. There's so many of them on Google. Send them an email saying, oh, I'm an expert marketer or I'm expert at Photoshop, whatever the case is. I want to use your products to make you some advertisements. There you go. Prompt the AI, put whatever advertisement there is they want. Say they're, again, a potato brand or a chip brand and create images like this for them. I think this is quite simple to do, and it'll kind of get your foot into the door when in the AI space. Great. Let's move on to the second way that you can use generative AI to make you some money today. Sell SEO-driven blog posts to any business that operates online, or partner up with any marketing agency that might potentially want to upsell SEO-driven blog posts in their service offering. So, how's this done, you may ask? So, to give you a brief overview of how this may work, high-quality SEO-driven blog posts are essential for any company that operates online that wants to rank high on their search engine. So Google, Bing, whoever uses that. These blog posts are very essential for companies to essentially show up first, second, third on these kind of search results. Therefore, it drives conversions, brings more people onto the website, drives traffic, all of that nice and good stuff. So how can we do this? So I'm going to use the same frameworks that I've discussed in my last video that you can check out here. We're going to use ChatGPT because it's just the most simplest and most easiest one to use, and you have the frameworks to essentially use it. So let's begin now. So as you can see here, I have filled out the prompt. So the example is an SEO-driven blog post. So you're an expert SEO blog copywriter who has worked for multiple industry-leading agencies in the e-commerce industry. Instruction provide for me an SEO blog post on how e-commerce companies need to use AI in their customer support so they don't get left behind. Steps to continue this task. Research the internet, looking at well-researched blogs on AI and customer support. Then proceed by generating a well-structured SEO-optimized blog article on how e-commerce brands can then incorporate it in their new business operations. And we're covering the best ways to use AI in e-commerce focused on customer support. End goal, the goal is to give me a concise blog post with keywords that can be used in my agency website for people to see. narrowing, maximum 500 words, avoid technical jargon, make it actionable, make it clear. So this prompt I discussed in detail in my last video. The link will be down below again for you to view, or again, if you want to have a look at it, use it here. Let's then go copy this prompt, go into ChatGPT. Let's go into ChatGPT here, boom, paste it. And now it will search the web. Look at that, searching the web, browsing 6 sites. How AI is transforming e-commerce customer support and why you can't afford to ignore it. Amazing, you know. Look how much detail goes into various articles and websites. It even has them, it even references them here. So you can literally go onto here then, open new link as a tab, whatever. Go here, whatever, so no cookies. And there you go, watch. It uses this as a reference guide. And then you have this nice blog post that you can sell then to e-commerce agencies, marketing agencies, or directly sell to businesses that want to rank higher in the AI space. I think it's a really cool way to kind of get your foot into the door with the AI kind of industry. And then you could provide real actionable blog posts that you could then sell on. And what's stopping you from then going to 10, 15, 20 different companies saying, oh, I'll generate 5 blogs per day for you, or I'll write 5 blogs per day for you, that you can then sell on to them for maybe like 10 or a pop. You know, if you have 10 clients selling 5 blogs each, this won't take you longer than 5 minutes to do. And if you want to proofread, add some other bits, whatever, make it more kind of personalized, maybe another 15, 20 minutes. You can easily sell this 5 of these per client, for 10 clients, maybe do like €5 a pop, €10 a pop. And before you know, you're making like 200, 300, 400, 500 euros a day. Quite crazy, isn't it? I know a good few companies that are doing this themselves, but there's nothing stopping you from reaching out to companies as well. Now let's move on to the third way that you can use generative AI to make you some money. The third way is develop online courses. The market for online education is absolutely huge. Even I'm enrolled in like 3 or 4 online programs right now that you can easily create using, again, AI powered tools. I'm going to use ChatGPT again because, again, we are beginners in this, so I'm making this for people that are not quite familiar with the other tools. But again, we're going to use the same prompt engineering framework that I used in the previous example, just to show you how you can tweak different prompts and how to essentially structure them for different outputs. Again, I go through all of those in my last video, so if you want to check it out, have a look. So, example, fitness creator who wants to build a new fitness program, okay? Say you want to build a new kind of service offering, you're a fitness coach or you're some kind of coach in general, and you want to build a new program, whether that's using school, whether that's using some kind of your own platform, whether that's essentially you selling them like a PDF of what you want to do. This is something that you could directly sell and create. So using the same framework again, you're an expert digital course builder, fitness coach, and online academic tutor who has sold millions in online courses and now wants to build a new fitness program in the form of an online course as a part of your new service offering. Instruction: give me this everything important that should include my fitness course or in a fitness course program. Mistake there. In my new fitness course program, and tell me all the different methods of growth that I can implement to maximize revenue. Steps: first, by starting anything that digital course should include. Proceed by giving your thoughts on fitness programs should include like training and diet. End with covering the best growth marketing tactics and strategies for digital courses, and then end goal, you make a precise list of everything similar to the last one. So let's do another one. Copy, paste, boom, paste it in. Memory updated. Essentials for any, then it'll proceed to give you essentials for any digital course, clear learning objectives, whatever. Then you can use your own kind of knowledge on what you already are niching down in to create a digital course. So if you have a particular interest in anything, what's stopping you from creating an online course in anything on it, you know? And then you can make a community around it using school, like charge €10 a month for people to use it. Then you could sell, like, again, programs using different tools like Synthesia AI to create video online course through school. Make a paid community. What's stopping you from using other platforms to create PDFs, lectures, all that stuff that you could then essentially create tutorials on, you know, that you could then sell on to your potential clients. So for example, essentials for any digital course, I'll give you all these options. Key fitness program elements, exercise routines, nutrition plans, like all those things you would include in your plan. Growth and marketing tactics, so on and so forth. Again, and this is how tweaking prompts is a big thing. Again, that's why that's the first video that I covered, because I think it's like the basis for anyone that wants to get into the space should know about. But I think this is a really cool way to get your foot in the door as well. Now let's move on to the fourth way that you can use generative AI to make you some money. So piggybacking of the first three, now you can use ChatGPT, for example, again, to create images. You can use that to create info products. Anything you can sell. So let's move on to the fourth way, which is, we'll kind of have two in this one. So we can create eBooks, okay? Then you can put your own art kind of spin on it and sell it through various platforms like Amazon Kindle, or again, through Etsy. I will show you how some examples now. So say for example, you love football, yeah? You want to get into football and you want to write an ebook about, for example, I wrote here, I want to write an ebook about Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi's football legacy. Give me a sample of 500 words, okay? You could use this to create an ebook that you can then sell on various different platforms, again, like Kindle, Amazon Kindle, Etsy, any other website that essentially offers digital books. So the football legacy of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, a tale of two icons. Look, obviously this is a very blatant example, but there's so many ebooks popping out now that I see all over the place, and they're all using AI to create these ebooks for them. So obviously this might take you a little bit longer if you want to keep adding on to it and using reference guide. You can do that easily, but there's nothing that's stopping you from creating a really good ebook that you can then sell on, you know. The second one is print on demand. So going back to the images that I showed you in the first example. So if we go on Etsy here, you can see there's print on demand. So there's you can generate all these AI images, throw them on Etsy, sell them on various kind of t-shirts, posters, whatever the case is, and then you can fulfill them based on the order number. So as you can see, this is really cool. Watch this, and isn't this ironic? Like how to make 100k with print on demand. Let's click on this. So this is an ebook on how you can create and use AI to create print on demand. You know, crazy. So this is 179 pages. Obviously, you can make it as you please. Learn more about this item. That's crazy. It's in the PDF format then. So this has 48 reviews. So at least 48 people bought them. You know, it's in demand now. 3 people bought this in the last 24 hours. Sells for £3. So you can imagine how you can just throw this up and then they'll sell it on Etsy, for example. That's crazy that we just came across this now. So you can break it down. ChatGPT will do all the contents for you, all those bits and pieces, and you can just literally throw this on Word document, make it a PDF, and then upload it here. And there you go. At the basket, for example. No, that's crazy, you know. But essentially, you can see that demand is there for these things. Like this essentially summarizes the two that I was just talking about, which is the print on demand with an ebook. So going back to that, you can then create art images that you can then throw on t-shirts or whatever the case is, and then sell them as you please using the prompts that I gave you. Cool. Now let's move on to part number 5 of how you can use generative AI to make you some money. Generate and monetize YouTube videos. So I found this really cool tool called InVideo.ai, and I've messed around with it over the last couple of days. And essentially what it does here is you can create a video based on a prompt, and anything that you prompt it will generate a video. So I think the first couple are free, but I think then you have to start paying for it. But again, I kind of start off with the free ones, and then it progressively goes into the paid ones. So on Etsy as well, I think you have to pay to upload some. So I started off with like the free ones, and afterwards we kind of go into the paid ones as well. So I love space, for example, and I created this prompt where I wanted to give me a video based on the Big Bang Theory, you know, or whatever the case is. And I literally just prompted as that, and it gave me something like this. Watch.
What's something people don't know about the beginning of the universe? It all started with a bang. Around 13.8 billion years ago, the universe was born in a massive explosion called the Big Bang.
So then you could obviously edit it. You can remove them during the export, which thing you have to pay for, but you can edit it as you please, change the script, change the voice, all of that nice stuff. So I think this is a cool way, and there's nothing that's stopping you from essentially creating 5-10 of these at like 2 minutes, and then putting it all together using like CapCut or something, and then throwing it up on YouTube. Simple as. I think this is quite sick, and I think it's a lucrative way to make some money, passive income using YouTube. Again, watch how in detail this is. I think it's really sick.
Started cooling down, allowing particles to form. These particles eventually
So yeah, now we're at the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you learned something, share it with someone that might find some value in this. If you did something that you like, comment and let me know. I'll make content similar to this. And again, hit the subscribe button because I'll be posting videos like this 1 to 2 times per week going forward. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Bye.